was raised on music. My mother, classically trained opera singer. My father, an organist, so we definitely have music in our family. My parents forced us to play piano, Bach, Beethoven, and Brahms, when we started at age 5. Now you say you're lonely. You cried all night through. Well, you can cry me a river, cry me a river. I cried a river over you. Now you say you're sorry for being oh so untrue. Well, you can cry me a river, cry me a river. I cried a river over you. And so we played Bach, Beethoven, and Brahms up until we were about 13, and then she said, okay, now I'm going to let you decide if you want to continue. So actually there's 3 of us, my brother who's a year older, my sister's 3 years younger, I'm in the middle. I said, well, I always wanted to play more, but I didn't really like what I was playing all that much. My piano teacher at the time, he would always get mad at me because I would take like Rachmaninoff and just change it to something else. And it was like, and I really didn't know what it was I was changing it to, but in classical music, everything is written like this, and you have to play it like this. And I always wanted to slow it down here and speed it up there, and that was not allowed. So I told my mother, well, I do want to play, but I don't want to play Bach, Beethoven, and Brahms, but I didn't know what I wanted to play. Pick up some jazz now. I think I started listening to a more contemporary station. It was more like elevator music, but that was all we were allowed to play in our household. Classical station or Easy 101. So I chose Easy 101, and when they left the house, I would turn to another type of station, and I would hear people like the horn group, Chicago. I would hear Color My World. I said, I could play that. I was playing it, so the piano teacher, he hated it. Hated it. I only want what's the best thing for you, and the best thing for you would be me. I've been convinced after thinking it through that the best thing for you would be me. Every day to myself I say, oh, point the way, what can it be? I ask myself, what's the best thing for you? And myself and I seem to agree that the best thing for you would be me. So we all stopped playing piano. We thought my brother was really going to continue, but he stopped, and I stopped, but I didn't really want to, but I didn't know how to verbalize because I was very, very shy also. Can you tell? What are you laughing at? And I guess I realized I wanted to sing. My mother, of course, sang all over the place. She concertized everywhere, over in Europe. She was in every opera company imaginable. Of course, we were in the church choir and in the youth choir and all that, but something was missing, and I didn't know what it was. So as I got older, I said, well, I think I'm a ham. Because my father, he always said, stop showing off. He always said that to me, stop showing off. So I think, okay, maybe I want to be an actress. So I went to a theater school for a while, and that wasn't quite it. I said, I'm good at that, but something else got to be behind it. Then I, of course, got older, and I started dating older men. And and they would take me to jazz clubs because they thought that was the hip thing to do for a young girl like myself. Took me to the jazz clubs, and that's when I fell in love with jazz. And I remember my first musician I ever heard was Tony Williams. And no, not the drummer, Tony Williams, the saxophone player from Philly. I fell in love with him, and we started going to the jazz clubs and everything, and hearing the band, and I would just be so excited. And then I started listening to Billie Holiday, and my father said, "What are you listening to that stuff for? Stop listening to Billie. Are you gonna turn out to be Billie Holiday?" I'm like, "Dad, I'm just listening. What if you treat me right, Daddy? I'll stay home every day. Treat me right, Daddy. I'll stay home every day." Yeah. But you're so mean to me, baby. You're gonna drive me right on away. I started dating the older guys. They would take me to the clubs, and then Tony Williams one day said, "Does anybody want to sing?" Because there was nobody in the room. And I said, "Me, I want to sing." So all I could sing was, I don't know why, but I'm feeling so sad. I want to try something I never had. So my father and mother, they did not know I was doing this on the side, going to bars and singing. One day I kept doing it, and I kept doing it every Friday night. I kept going, and I was getting, and they were like calling me and asking me, "Hey, Paula, come on up and sing." I'm like, wow, yeah. So one day I decided to take my dad. I said, "Dad, I want you to come to this bar with me." He said, "I'm not going to a bar." My parents were very straight-laced church people. And nothing wrong with that. Because I'm a church girl too. Asked my father, I said, "Can you come to this bar with me, Dad? You're really gonna love it." And he said, "Oh, all right." So he sat down, and Tony Williams came over, and of course my father got real defensive because, "Was this old man coming and kissing you? What are you talking to you for?" And I said, "Dad, just relax, just have a drink." And he didn't drink, so he was drinking ginger ale or something. So Tony said, "Come on up, Paula Johnson, sing." And my father looked at me and go, "What? What are you getting ready to do?" And I went up there and I sang, and when I finished singing, my father was in tears. And that's when I knew I wanted to sing. And then the next week, I brought my mother back. And she's in tears. So that's when I knew I really wanted to sing. One moment to live my whole life through, that would surely be that Sunday, the day that I met you. And here we are, singing jazz. I don't like to be called a jazz singer, because I like to sing all types of music. I like to sing, as long as the music is good. It could be country, western, Christian music. It doesn't matter, as long as it's good. I just want to be called a singer. And if I had to choose one moment to live within Midsummer